What kind of entertainment nerd are you? Do you like movies more than your friends? Do you binge TV shows as fast as possible while internet stalking the actors? Are video games a forever chase of that sweet nostalgia from yesteryear? Well, whatever your answer is, we agree. Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. Mitch and Tom don't often agree on much, but they make great arguments you can bring to your friends. Find us on whatever you listen to podcasts on and talk to us on any social media platform. Just search Entertain This! It's weird hearing like me do my own ad read.
Figured I would share our infomercial on our own show.
Is that the one Hayden wrote?
I don't know.
I think that was. And he got mad I didn't read out ENTERTAIN space THIS exclamation point. It's like an upside down lowercase I. Anyway, hello and welcome to Entertain This. It's a podcast about movies, TV shows, and hangovers. Yeah. My name's Tom.
I'm Mitch.
My name is Hayden.
Hey, I'm letting it over here.
My name is Hayden.
What do you think? My name is Hayden. Finally, we've only been talking about it for 7 months of having a Hayden button. Yeah. Now we do. We have a Hayden button. It's finally happened because we still don't have Hayden.
Right.
And I don't think we get him back until some point, maybe this year.
Maybe the end of December, probably January.
But we always have the Hayden button.
Yeah, we do now.
My name is Hayden.
It's literally the most Hayden sounding thing in the world. Him saying his own name and then going, bah.
Anyways, our social media is entertainthispodcast.com, which will take you to our Facebook group and page. You also have our X, which is @thisentertain, our Instagram, which is entertain.this, and our YouTube and TikTok with entertain this exclamation point. So, Tom, I have a question for you.
4.
At what point in the Fast and Furious do they ever stop for gas?
Never. Gas. Those cars, they don't run on gas. They run on family. As long as you got family, you don't need gas.
I saw somebody ask that question.
Those cars have been out of gas for years.
Somebody asked that in the Twitter thing, and I was like, "What?" oh, mood lighting.
Yeah, it was a little too bright in my eyes. I'm hungover today.
A little too bright. So he turned all the lights.
It was one.
The only light. One of 2 lights on.
Yeah, I felt like I was in an interrogation. And I'll answer your questions when you stop shouting. What are we talking about this week, Mitch?
Well, in this episode, we're going to talk about movies that predominantly you like that most other people don't like.
Okay.
So we're going to ask a question.
No rational person
I want you to answer.
You have done. Explain yourself.
Today, unexplain yourself.
So, we both come up with. Did you get movies or TV?
I did
shows?
Movies.
I
did
movies.
5.
But basically, it's like I said, it's stuff that we like or I like that not necessarily other people do.
I will bet money that there is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie somewhere in your list.
Actually, no. I excluded that. I excluded Batman vs. Superman just because I've talked about them before.
Fair enough. Well done.
So, go ahead and
To explain yourself. My name is Hayden.
These are in no particular order.
Oh, yours aren't. Mine are.
Mine was movie 43.
Which one is that?
The one with all the clips that are just put together, like Hugh Jackman with the balls on his chin.
You're right. That's
tampon commercial where the girl gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah, you're right. That's a dumb movie. I was going to say show, but
Chris Pratt eating Mexican food and taking a massive dump on Anna Faris because she's into that.
Okay.
It was just such a stupid movie that nobody liked, but me and my brother sat there watching it, just laughing hysterically because we were juvenile.
That makes sense. I see that.
I don't even know who directed it or put it together, why it was made, how they got all these actors to do this. but
I am surprised that they had such big name actors.
Yeah, like Kate Winslet's in it, Hugh Jackman's in it, Halle Berry was in it. I think Emma Stone's in it, Chris Pratt, Anna Faris. I want to say Robert De Niro was.
Let's see. You got Emma Stone, Stephen Merchant, Liv Schreiber,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Gere, Dennis Quaid. Let's see.
Liv Schreiber bullying his kids that are homeschooled, so they have like the real high school experience. Like his son's standing there, he just checks him, he goes, "Nerd."
Yeah. So you had Kate Winslet, Seth MacFarlane,
Yeah.
Will Sasso.
It's just one dumb skit after another, but I thought it was funny. That was a funny movie.
And I couldn't even make it through it. I just got annoyed. But, to each their own. Yeah.
What's yours?
My first one is In the Army Now. Have you even heard of that movie?
No.
It's a Pauly Shore movie.
Oh, God. Yeah, nobody liked that.
Basically, it's kind of like, Stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Where...
But Stripes was a good movie.
Well, true. But basically, it's a 1994 movie where Pauly Shore, he decides that they need some money. So him and what's the other guy's name? I think it's Andy Dick.
Oh, God.
The two of them.
The two worst, most annoying actors ever.
The two of them join
Andy Dick and Pauly Shore.
They join the military, and then it shows them going through basic training, and they decide, well, you know what? We're going to join like the water preservation or some kind of water pump system team.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what chances when we ever get selected to go to somewhere like Vietnam or something like that? Because this was like an early 90s movie. They're like, we'll never be sent anywhere. And then the Gulf War happens. So they're like, y'all are the first plane out. And they're just kind of like, oh, crap.
Damn.
And Pauly Shore is like, the whole movie, he refers to his brother, the pool man, because he knows how to do the pH levels for the water and all that. But there's one scene where what was the guy's name? Art LaFleur. You recognize him?
That name sounds familiar.
He was the guy in Angels in the Outfield that played Babe Ruth.
Okay.
He plays First Sergeant Brandon T. Williams. But basically, he's the sergeant for Pauly Shore's character. And he goes, Pauly Shore says something like sarcastic to him in the very first scene. And he goes, you're going to get real good at push-ups. Or no, I forgot. He had been doing push-ups all through basic training. And he goes, yes, sir, I can do plenty of push-ups. And he goes, you got real good at them in basic, didn't you? And he's like, yes, sir, I did. And he goes, you're going to get real good at peeling potatoes now, too. Then the next scene, you got Pauly Shore going, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. It's just funny. Then you have David Allen Greer is one of like their platoon mates. So is Lori Petty. But basically, what happens is they're in like a truck. They're going out through the desert. They're supposed to go from point A to point B. They get lost. But while they're out there, they run across this special ops team that was supposed to be on a mission that went sideways. So they end up having to rescue the last surviving person. And then that guy tells them, well, the mission's too important to abandon. So they go with him to destroy this, I guess, ICBM missile. It's just I don't know. It's just like a big, crazy stuff going on everywhere, but it's a great movie.
If you say so.
There's one part where the truck breaks down, so they're running, and Andy Dick starts stripping down clothes. He goes, "It's so hot. There's a pool over there." And he's just like seeing a mirage. He thinks it's the ocean, so he strips down to his underwear and he's just like rolling in the sand.
It's like he's gone insane. Kill him.
David Allen Greer's character, he's terrified of insects. And the whole time, like, he'll put his foot in the boot and he'll start freaking out, thinking there's something in there. And then there is one time there's a scorpion like at least 5 inches big on his back, and they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, nothing's wrong. And it's almost like the Predator thing.
Yeah.
They sneak up behind him and take it off of him. It's a funny movie. I don't know what to tell you.
I believe you if you think it's that funny.
But Lori Petty, Pauly Shore, the entire time he's out there, his girlfriend broke up with him right before he left. So the entire time he's out there, he's trying to like hit on her because she's like the only woman around, and she's just turning him down at every turn. It's a great movie. It's hilarious.
If you say so. What's my next one? Time Bandits.
To explain yourself.
Go ahead.
Time Bandits.
Well, I don't know what that movie is.
The midgets who steal the map of like the universe, and they're going like through time, robbing people.
I've never seen it.
We've talked about it before.
Yeah, but I've never seen it.
A lot of people haven't seen the movie
Oh.
because it's an old like 1981 and 1982 British movie.
Yeah.
But it's about a team of midgets who like end up in this kid's bedroom because they have a map with holes through time and space, and they're being chased by God to return the map, and like they kidnap the kid like to go with them, or the kid goes with them. They end up like robbing Napoleon. They end up with like all the gold. They meet Robin Hood, and they go to ancient times. Then they're on the Titanic, and then the whole time they're being tracked by a being called Evil.
Just evil.
Evil in the Fortress of Ultimate Darkness.
Okay.
So he's like hunting them down at the same time to get the map, so he can do stuff. And he could like point his finger, just blow people up like his henchmen, because it's just like it's like he's like God. He's like why do you create slugs? Like what are they good for? And the one henchman goes, well, if he created everything, doesn't that mean he created you? And he just looks at him and goes, and like everybody moves away from him, and he just goes, bam! And he goes, he just blows him up. He goes, it's a great point you bring up, though. Yes, he's like looking at like his feet, and the dude's hand is still like holding on to the lever. They got Sean Connery to be in the movie to play Agamemnon, like because it's made by like two of the guys who did Monty Python.
Okay.
There's John Cleese like cameos in it. So does Michael Palin. I think this one's directed by Terry Gilliam, who's the American guy in Monty Python, with like some of like the animation, just that bizarre, surreal like art form. But they end up with Robin Hood, and it's played by John Cleese, and he's taking the gold they stole from Napoleon, played by OG Bilbo Baggins, Ian Holm. He's taking it and he's giving it to the poor, and his henchmen are punching him in the face as soon as they get it. And it's like this old woman comes up, he like gives her like some gold thing, and she's like, oh, thanks. And she walks, and the guy's like, Hurrah! And just punches him. And John's like, is that absolutely necessary? And he's like, yes, I'm afraid it is, sir. And he's like, all right.
Okay, sure.
So they have like this big battle with Evil, and end up beating Evil, or he blows himself up, and then God shows up, because the whole time he's like this like floating head thing going like, return the map, because like their job was
show me what you've got.
Yeah, show me what you got. It's pretty much like that. And he shows up as this like old stuffy British guy in a 3-piece suit, and it's just like, oh, it's like we lost that. Like one of the midgets gets like the midget who plays R2D2.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he gets taken out by like this giant column, and he's just crushed under it. He just wants to go, no, and he just waves his hand. The column just goes flying away, and then the little guy's just laying there. And he just goes, oh, and he just pops back alive. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's not a movie I'm probably gonna watch, but
The way little people, big adventure.
to each their own. To each their own.
You'd like Time Bandits.
Maybe. But my next one on my list is Pathfinder. Have you ever seen that?
I've heard. Is that the one with Karl Urban?
Yeah.
It's like a Viking.
Basically, as a little kid, he gets left behind after the Vikings like explore America. He ran into a Native American tribe, and he gets left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forwards to him he was raised by the Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the Vikings come back, and he's been raised by these Native Americans, so that's his family now. And so, but he's yoked compared to Native American sized people because he's a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they come back, basically kill the entire tribe and take the women, which includes the girl he's in love with. So basically, as they're trying to take her as a slave back to their ship, he's like hunting them down one by one. or no, let's see. I forgot. It's been a while since I've seen it. The Native American, the girl that he loves, they're like just ahead of the Vikings, and the Vikings want him to track them all the way back because he knows where they would go and stuff. So he's leading them basically into traps and stuff until eventually he gets free, and then. But at that point, they see the Native Americans, so they just start chasing after him, and then he's taking them out one by one. The Vikings are led by Clancy Brown. He's like the
Mr.
lead,
Krabs.
He's like the
Money.
lead Viking.
Money. Money.
But it's really cool. The visuals are done really well. It's a dark, as far as but when I say dark, I mean like the lighting is dark.
Yeah, like AVP Requiem.
Yeah, it's
can't see anything.
It's a lot of cool like one-on-one fights for the most part, where he's got his Viking sword that was left when he was a kid. He's had his whole life, and he's just going around the woods. Like he runs into like the little small Viking that's got like two little axes. He runs into a big giant Viking that's got a big axe, and then there's like the part where like he leads them into an avalanche and things like that while he was still captive. It's pretty cool. It's an adventure. It's Karl Urban when he was young, so it's a fun watch. I just enjoy it. Anyways, let's go on to the next one, and you can
To explain yourself.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I'll be honest, that's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie. I like that movie.
I have seen that one.
It's a fun watching movie.
Yeah.
And it's like horribly panned. It basically, like Connery retired from acting because of it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't do well. Because he didn't do Lord of the Rings. Because he didn't understand it. And then they pitched him this, and he's like, I didn't get it. He's like, so I did it because obviously Lord of the Rings was incredibly successful.
Yeah.
And then the movie like bombed. And he was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm done acting.
And really, I kind of feel bad because, like I said, this movie wasn't bad. I don't know.
He was so good in that movie.
Well, just the movie in general. They're basically, they took characters from fiction and they're chasing after, a super high-tech Nazi World War II stuff.
World War I.
Oh, it's World War I?
Yeah.
Okay. But, like what they had, like a sub is like the big plot point. The sub and then like the
Yeah, they had the
Dr.
submarine.
Jekyll serum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the Invisible Man.
Yeah, Invisible Man. There's some kind of vampire
The
lady.
vampire lady. The picture of Dorian Gray.
And
they show him the photo.
Yeah.
Or the picture, the painting, and he turns old and the picture turns young. It's like, if you show it back to him, will he reverse?
Yeah, but that wasn't a bad movie. I'm surprised.
It was a fun movie. I thought it was like I if that movie's on, I will watch it because it's just interesting. It's just not a bad. I don't get why so many people hated it.
Yeah,
or like, this movie stinks. It sucks. It's so stupid. It's like it's fun. Sean Connery still had it. He was punching bad guys out.
Makes me add another one to my honorable mentions here in a minute.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Anyways, my next one is Street Fighter. The Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my god,
it's a bad movie, but
where he's like spending $10,000 a day on blow. Dude's just coked out of his mind.
It's not a great movie, but I just love it. It's it was nostalgia. It was my childhood.
And what Raul Julia was like dying.
He was doing the role for his kids pretty much.
'Cause they were huge fans of Street Fighter.
Yeah, they loved the
and
game.
the money would go a long way for his family because he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, but I like the movie. Like it doesn't follow any kind of plot from the game other than that they're fighting. But it was cool just to see the characters on screen fighting. It was interesting how they like introduced Blanca because Blanca. There's not a whole lot of backstory of the little plaque below, or the words below his name. But here he's like Guile's best friend, and when Bison realizes that's when he decides to do experiments on him. That's how he becomes Blanca. But
M. Bison.
it was fun to see the Vega fight between Ryu and Vega in the like chicken wire. I
haven't seen this movie in like forever. I probably haven't seen this movie in over 20 years.
Well, basically, like him and the guy that plays Vega, they end up fighting in basically like an underground kind of fight club kind of thing, and I think they're fighting the Guile and the soldiers storm in to because they know that Vega and I forgot the other guy's name. The guy has the eye patch in the game. He's got an eye patch. He's got a scar across his chest. But basically, the two of them are affiliated with Bison. So Guile's people burst in, they capture Vega, the eye patch guy, Ryu and Ken, and is that Ryu and Ken, right?
Yeah, I think they're from Street Fighter.
But
who does Jean-Claude Van Damme play?
Guile.
Okay.
Blonde-haired, flat-top Guile. It looks nothing like him, but that's who he plays. But they capture them, and then basically they're holding them all. The Vega and the eye patch guy eventually escape. Ryu and Ken escape with them, but under the guise of they're going to help Lieutenant Guile. And then they end up with Bison and his crew. And then when Guile shows up, Ryu and Ken help break out of prison the sumo guy, Chun-Li, and then the boxer character. And then they fight all of the henchmen that Bison has. But no, it's just I enjoyed watching. It's just one fight after another.
I just remember seeing the pictures or whatever, or just the only thing I remember about this movie is that Jean-Claude Van Damme was high the entire time on cocaine.
I remember liking Ming-Na Wen when I saw her. Chun-Li. Yeah. It was nice.
All right, calm down.
Sorry. But yeah, it's a dumb movie and it's old and it's not. I mean, it's just not good. But it is. I love it. I don't know why. That's why when one of our friends, Nathan Marchand, when he suggested it as a punishment, I was like, I can't watch it as a punishment because I enjoy it.
I like this movie. They'd be like, you have to watch Napoleon Dynamite. Oh man, the horror. Love Napoleon Dynamite.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
Anyways, we'll go on to your next one. It's time for you to
explain yourself.
The Eagle Has Landed,
the heck is
1976.
that? Never even heard of it.
Robert Duvall, Michael Caine, Donald Pleasance, Treat Williams, Donald Sutherland. So it's based on a book. The book is better than the movie. And the movie was made they kind of half, limp-wristed it.
Uh-huh.
And, the movie should have been great for the acting calibers that they had. So it's about a fake kind of true story.
Uh-huh.
Where, Jack Higgins, he plays, this author, and he interviews this old guy who tells him, they were the Germans never set foot on English soil, the military. I mean, not pilots getting shot down or whatever and captured. And he was no, he took him to a grave with 13 or 14, I think it was 15 German soldiers who were buried there. And it's what happened? It's in 1943, the Germans figured out or learned that Winston Churchill would be at this spot in England, which was close to an island that they held called Alderney.
And why do people not like this movie?
I just didn't do as good because a lot they were the acting, it could have been better. It should have been better for who you had. The plot, the plot's from the book. But basically, the Germans, led by Michael Caine, who were parachute guys, they get sent, disguised as Polish paratroopers, to land in England with the help of Donald Sutherland, who's an IRA agent working for the Germans.
Okay.
Get them into the town, and they're going to assassinate Winston Churchill or capture him.
Okay.
So a lot of shooting. I mean, the guns they were using, I don't even think were accurate at the time because they had M1 carbines, but they were full auto with 30-round mags, which I don't think – I know they had it in Korea, but I don't think they had it in 1943 in England. So they basically – one of them gets found out that they're German because a little girl, of course, has to fall in a well. And there's, the water mill thing, and she's going into it. So he dives in, saves the kid. He gets caught in it and gets pulled under and gets killed and like impaled into the wheel. So as he's going up, they see his uniform got ripped open, and they see the German uniforms on underneath.
He's just wearing 2 uniforms.
Like the whole, like, yeah, they because if they weren't, they would have been shot as spies, and they were like instead of soldiers.
The one uniform.
Well, they were pretending to be Polish, so they can infiltrate the town.
Well, just wear the Polish uniform and have your other one stashed away. Don't wear them both at the same time.
They got told you wear them underneath because if they were going to fight and die as Germans, the soldiers, so they get found out, and like all the Germans see the uniform, and the one like old lady's like, it's a German uniform, and all the guys are like, like all the townspeople, like, and they're just like, you're Germans, and they're like, yeah, sucks.
Okay,
but I mean, it's kind of like the budget could have been better. You know, it didn't do as well as it really should have. I mean, you got a movie with young Michael Caine, young Robert Duvall, Donald Sutherland, Donald Pleasance, you know, huge acting caliber talent names. I mean, I always liked the movie. I saw the movie first, then I read the book. Yeah. And the book is a little bit better. They flesh out a lot more stuff and why certain things happen. But in the movie, like, they just kind of took some license, cut a lot of stuff out, and just like, we're just making a movie about half of the book. Here you go.
Okay.
But I like it.
Sure. Go ahead. It was my next one.
To explain yourself.
To explain is Biodome.
You and the Pauly Shore movies.
I love Pauly Shore's older movies.
Why?
And they're hilarious.
They're not.
This is the one with him and
Not
Stephen
at all.
Baldwin in like 1996, where basically they're dating these 2 girls, and the 2 girls are like pro, like save the earth kind of stuff, and these 2 are just waste of space people. Mm-hmm. So to show their girlfriends they really want to help the environment and keep them around, they like sneak into this biodome that's like
about to be sealed.
Yeah, for like the next year. So they sneak in, and then when it gets sealed, they're just stuck in there with the people that
work there.
Yeah,
or like doing the.
Yeah, I think there was like 5 people that were supposed, like scientists that were going to be in there. So they had enough food for the 5 scientists, and that was it for the next year. That was going to be sealed. And for whatever reason, there was locks to where no one could get in or out. Like there was no choice; you had to be in there. So the 2 of them are in there, and once the door shuts, the guy's up there announcing like, this is going to be a momentous occasion, and they're up there like pantsing the crowd and stuff.
This is your this is your style of humor.
But when these 2 start, like, as they're in there, they kind of drive the lead scientist mad. Mm-hmm. So he like disappears, like he's in the underground bunker part of this whole facility, running around like going
naked.
Crazy. Well, he ends up like making bombs and stuff because he was just going to blow the whole thing up, and then they have to stop him. There's one part where Stephen Baldwin's character takes a coconut, and he's like, I forgot their name, but he calls a Pauly Shore's character Squirrely, and then he like holds it like a shot put and starts like spinning around in a circle and just throws it and hits him in the head. There's one part where they set up a trap. It's basically giant fly paper because they were trying to catch all the insects that weren't supposed to be in there. Mm-hmm. Well, they do something. They set it up to where he just gets catapulted, and that's how they catch him. The main scientist, he has his pet bird that was living in there with him. And as the time progresses, eventually it goes back to where he's sitting in his lab, and he's talking to his bird, and it pans over, and the bird's just like a skeleton. And like you finally see the scientist's face because you've just been looking at his hands, and he's got like the bird feathers stuck through his hair and stuff.
Okay.
But then they also like find a key. There just happens to be a key on one of the windows, so they throw like this big "Save the Earth" bash, and they basically trash the whole place, and then they have to clean it up, because their girlfriends come in and are mad at them, and it's just a bunch of funny nonsense.
This sounds like the stupidest movie.
It is. It's really dumb, but I love it.
This reminds me. What's the movie? The Martian.
Oh,
that idiot guy becomes the astronaut, but he drives like the other astronaut insane. Rocket Man.
Yes, that was a good
where the
movie
guy's
too.
like popping up in the chamber screaming because the dude's doing a puppet show.
Oh, that reminds me. There's another one. Let me write this down before I forget.
Rocket Man, I think, was one of those movies for me.
Yeah. I do love that one, too. He, like, farts in his suit. He's just a big gas bubble. He's going to get back to the ship.
Or he's got, like, the oxygen things are hooked up, and he's farting, and he's like, ah!
He tries to stop, and he's, like, squeezing the hose, and he just gets into the other guy's suit.
He's like, ah! So dumb.
It's funny, though.
My last one is Pool Hall Junkies.
I've never seen that one either. I think I've heard of it.
I've told you about it. Like, I think the budget was like $40 or something like it was low budget, but they had Chaz Palminteri, Rod Steiger, and Christopher Walken in the movie.
Okay.
So it's about a guy who he hustles pool, and he's like working for like a local mobster guy, and then he finds out that the mobster guy, like this dude's been getting like, because the guy wants to go pro, but he's been getting invitations to go pro. But the mobster guy's been intercepting all of them and tearing them up and doesn't tell them. He's just like working them locally to make money for him. So he finds out, he storms off, and they get a new guy, and then, you know, there's a fight back and forth, and then he gets like his hand broken or something, and then he's got to like get it back, and his girlfriend's mad that all he does is hustle pool, back when I guess that was a job.
Uh-huh.
And so he has to go get a real job. So he does, and he was doing well, and then he goes to a party, and he goes upstairs, and they're playing pool, and it's like rich people.
Yeah.
And Christopher Walken is like one of the people up there. And they're at like, you know, highbrow guys are having this big pool game. And they're like, oh, do you play? And he goes, yeah, a little. Like knowing he's probably better than everyone in the room. So they start betting, and like he gets in on the game, and they're playing, and like he's betting like the main guy. Like big money he does not have. And Christopher Walken's like, I'll back him. Yeah, he's like the backer guy. He's like, I'm a millionaire. He's like, I don't care. Yeah. He's like, this is just fun for me. So he's like, they're like doing trick shots, and then it ends up in like a pool hustle. And Christopher Walken gives this great speech about lions. It's like,
okay.
It's a low budget kind of cult classic movie. Like I don't think it was like huge in theaters. But it's still like, I remember seeing like I was like Christopher Walken like doing this lion speech, and I watched, and I was like, this is from a movie? And I found the movie, and I was like, this was a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, this was just a good watching movie. And it's like, you know, if you liked pool, you know, because a lot of the trick shots they do, like Christopher Walken does one, he did it on like the first take. That was like balls are moving. He has to like hit it in sync and like spin it or do stuff, and he just does it with one hand or something. And like, they were like, what? And he goes, tell me we caught that. And they were like, thank God. Because they were like, the joke, like, he was like, you guys aren't going to turn on the cameras? And it's like, well, it's the warm up. He goes, what if I make it? And they were like, it's a good point. Turn the cameras on.
Okay. Well, my very last one for my Explain Yourself.
To explain yourself.
Is Queen of the Damned. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Probably. You ever seen Interview with a Vampire?
No.
Well, it's essentially a sequel to that, and the reason a lot of people don't like it is because essentially this movie takes like the last 3 or 4 chapters of the Interview with the Vampire movie, the very first chapter of Interview with the Vampire book, the very first chapter of Queen of the Damned, and the very last chapter of Queen of the Damned, and
so they're just all
make a
over.
movie. Yeah. Basically, they make a movie out of the end of one book and the beginning and end of the other, and leave out a bunch of stuff, which I understand why people are mad, but it's just, I really enjoy the movie because as far as like bridging from the Interview with the Vampire movie and this, granted it's different actors because the Interview with the Vampire took place in the early 90s, I think, and then this was filmed in 2007, so you can't have Tom Cruise and have him look the same age. Well,
even though he still kind of does.
True.
Well, back then, yeah, you could have.
Well, maybe.
Now, obviously, you can kind of tell, but he's still aging obnoxiously well, but that's just because the Church of Scientology has money and doctors they've kidnapped to keep Tom Cruise young because he's their biggest moneymaker.
But essentially, this starred Aaliyah, which was, I think it was her last movie that she was in. Margaret Moreau is a girl named Jessie, which she's like this reporter for, she studies things that are supernatural that are in this world. Like she works for like I think it's called the Talamasa or something like that. But basically, they're a sect of the world that knows these supernatural things occur, but all they do is observe because they don't want to interfere with the world. And then Stuart Townsend, which plays Lestat. But basically, Lestat comes back. He's in his coffin or whatever, resting, and then when he starts hearing the rock music for the first time out in the world, he kind of awakes and decides that he wants the whole world to know about vampires. So he starts a rock band, and basically in his music, he's telling all the secrets that the vampires don't want the world to know. So all the vampires decide that he needs to die. Well, Aaliyah plays the Queen of the Damned, Akasha, which she likes his brazenness and forthrightness because she basically wanted to rule the world and enslave all humans. So she likes him because he's very outgoing about everything. So, but she's a lot more powerful because she's like one of the original vampires. So she takes him like to make him her king, and then all the other vampires are trying to stop him. But there's like a sect of vampires that somehow, I don't know exactly, they're related to Jesse's character that's like the reporter. And they find a way to stop Akasha and keep Lestat alive. And he eventually agrees with them that she's just too out there for her own good. So they all work together to stop her. But it's just a really good movie because, or at least to me, because it follows what happens in the book. Granted, it leaves a lot out, but it follows the story really well. And it's a fun watch because it's, he's singing like to the like corn and stuff. They're the ones that are playing the music in the background and everything. And with the, I guess with the wire work and things like that, like he's fighting people on stage in front of them, and they think it's just a show because he's like cutting people's heads off and stuff. So it's
and they're like, yeah,
essentially. But he's just basically he's a rock star, and people think that it's all for show.
Art.
It's all for show.
It's art,
and they realize it's not for show when it's too late. Like because like there's one part where he has these two girls brought back because they're super fans, and they just they love his music, and
they're vampires.
No, he basically eats them.
Oh.
Like they basically they start playing his music or whatever, and it's kind of like a non-talking kind of scene where basically they're playing the music and he's kind of dancing around, and they're just kind of like, oh, like this is awesome. We're meeting our superhero or whatever, and then he starts climbing on the wall, and then they start looking kind of confused, and then he's on the ceiling, and then they're like horrified, and then he just drops down and it cuts to black. But he kills them and eats them, and I don't know. It's a fun movie if you like vampire stuff. I enjoyed it. All 5 of my movies that I picked had a rating of 5 or below, so that's why I picked them. But
I mean, these are kind of like some have a low rating. Other ones are kind of like there's like a group of people who do like them, but it's a very small group.
Well, like I had a few honorable mentions. I put the Batman vs Superman movie. I've talked about
Snyder
that.
Cut.
Yeah, I've talked about that enough. But that's one of mine. TMNT 3, where they go back to the past.
Japan.
Yeah,
I like that one.
I love that movie, but I've talked about that before.
It's the guy with the bird in the cage.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I love that movie. A lot of people, even Ninja Turtle fans, don't like it. Batman Forever.
Oh yeah.
Where he with
I remember there's the robot chicken thing where it's like a Shawshank Redemption thing, and basically Joker just doesn't even escape, but he makes Batman think he does, so he's climbing through the sewer of poop. Just to piss off Batman, and Batman gets in and goes, oh, God, it stinks like Batman Forever in here.
Well, I like Batman Forever. It's got, what's his name? Jim Carrey is the Riddler. Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Yeah, and they, like, hated each other. Well, Tommy Lee Jones just hated Jim Carrey. But I feel like Tommy Lee Jones just doesn't like anything.
And I like the way they did Chris O'Donnell's character as Robin, where, like, he was an older, like, he was 17, 18 almost, and he finds the Batcave because he does, like, the triple backflip stuff when Alfred walks through the door. He like falls down the stairs like because he kicked the door at the last second, and then he ends up saving Batman.
This is the one with Val Kilmer as Batman, right?
Right.
The one he did.
And then there's another. I like the Mummy, the most recent one that they did with Tom Cruise.
Oh, really?
I liked that, and I like the premise they set up for the Dark Universe originally.
That never materialized.
Yeah, with Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll. They showed the whole thing where like Dracula Untold could have been part of it because they showed like the vampire. I liked it. I liked everything they set up. Now, granted, I mean it had some goofy parts, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good
If
introduction.
Tom Cruise ran more, it would have been a better movie. Everyone knows the more Tom Cruise runs, the better the movie is.
And lastly, there's one movie that I probably should have put in my list that I forgot about until we were talking. It's called Sorority Boys. It's got Michael Rosenbaum that plays Lex Luthor from Smallville. It's got the guy that plays Rocket Man. What's his name? I gotta look it up. But
Something Garland?
I think so. And then it's got
Or is it Garland something?
Harlan Williams.
Harlan, all right, yeah.
It's got him. Let's see. And then who's the last one? Barry Watson from Seventh Heaven. That was like the older brother. Well, basically, like the three of them, they're in a sorority. The
dudes.
well, yeah, the three of them, like they lead the fraternity on campus, and like the one just below them is like he's kind of like a stickler for the rules, but he's in the fun fraternity, and he's got this weird deep voice, and he's got like the Conan O'Brien hairdo. And he basically sets them up to be kicked out of the fraternity, and so the only way they can stay and prove their innocence is to join the sorority. So they dress up like women, and they join the DOG sorority, the dog sorority. Like the women that have like the really hairy armpits, and like the one that there's like one that's like the size of a man, that's like beating up people that don't agree with her. It's just, I mean, it's very misogynistic.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I mean, Greek life was like that back in the day.
There's one scene where two of the guys are fighting with long dildos, like fencing style down the stairs.
Oh, God.
One of the Barry Watson plays this guy Dave, and he starts falling for like the head of the sorority because she's really cute, and but she needs him to help her shower or whatever, just so she can get her back, because like he's already in the shower, so she just joins in, but she doesn't have her glasses on, so evidently she's that blind. So he just puts like soap up over his chest to make it look like boobs. They pull like a Big Mama's House kind of reference where they get into bed laying, next to each other. She's like, what is that? He's like, oh, sorry, I had my flashlight in here. He's like poking her.
Oh,
and then Michael Rosenbaum's little brother in the movie just thinks he's like sees him wearing the hair and everything and doesn't realize it's his brother. And is like in love with her. So there's a part where basically he roofies his own brother and just leaves a little something on his skirt when he wakes up the next morning. But it has like a Scooby-Doo vibe where his older brother's like beating him up and throws him out a window. And as soon as he bursts out one window, he comes bursting in the other back into the room. It's hilarious.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
But his brother was like a big jerk because whenever he would sleep with a girl, when she wake up the next morning, all the other fraternity guys would be lined up in the hall making her do the walk of shame. And they had like a song that they would sing. And then, as soon as she got to the end of the hall, this guy would slide into frame, take a picture of her with her messed up hair and makeup, and put it on the wall.
God.
It's a really bad movie, but it's really funny.
Well, if you think Mitch is a misogynistic jerk, write to us at entertainthis.com.
You know what it is. It's funny. I can't help it. But that's all I had for the
To explain yourself.
Stuff for today.
Okay.
Did you have anything else?
As far as explaining myself?
Yeah.
No. I mean, there's not that many movies I can think of that were just so bad, but I liked them.
Okay.
There was good movies I saw that I was like, that sucked. Like Troy. First time I saw Troy, didn't like that.
I like Troy.
I was like, this movie sucked. And the more I watch, the more I'm like, nah, it's still not great. Still not great.
I mean, it's not great, but I enjoy it. I mean, I'll watch it.
Jaws 4.
I never seen
with the one with Michael Caine and like the mom from the original one, but it's like she's like telepathic now.
Oh.
And like can sense when the sharks are going to try to kill one of her kids, because the shark gets with one of her kids, and then he like goes to the Caribbean. Michael Cage, just some dude flying a plane around like Jamaica, hanging out, and it's just the worst. I think they impale the shark with a boat.
Well, we'll say this. We'll make that an episode of movies that people love that I don't or you don't like.
I don't really like the movie. I just every time it's on, like I'll watch it just because it's so bad I can't help it. Because it's Jaws 4, The Revenge.
Is there anything that you've watched or played recently that
Played a game.
You did you?
Yeah, played a game.
Okay, so enthrall us with your game.
Played a game called Hell Let Loose.
How old is this game?
2021.
Okay, so a couple years old.
Yeah, it released on 2021. So this actually came from a Kickstarter campaign in 2017.
I remember I downloaded it when
They got
early time when it came out.
$220,000, and it was initially released as early access back in 2019, and then the full release was 2021. They've already been through like 2 other companies who've taken over the game, and they're still doing updates. I said like the last big update was 2022, but now they're working on doing like the map design. I will say the playable maps that you get to play, it's based on historical World War II battles, also satellite imagery and archived aerial photography of the sites themselves. Like, that's good attention to detail. The game's attention to detail is great. What makes this game is also brutally difficult because
It does have really good graphics as well.
the graphics are very sharp. It's Unreal Engine 4, which isn't, nothing to scoff at. I mean, it's not Unreal Engine 5, but still. And it's crossplay, between PC, Windows, and Xbox and PlayStation.
Because what, it's like 50 versus 50?
50v50.
Okay.
Broken down to like platoon size combat with squads. And it is a tough game because you'll just be running and you'll just get shot and you don't know where it came from, who got you, unless
Very frustrating.
Yeah, for you it was frustrating. And I was like, it's realistic. Like, you're not going to get a notification. The only way you know if you killed somebody is if you score a headshot because you hear the clink.
And I'll be honest, the more I played it, the more fun I had with it. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it a bunch yet, but I'm liking it more and more as I've played.
The more I play it, the more I'm liking it.
Once I figured out,
because I'm getting better at. Because I want to just run in.
Yeah.
But I can't because I'll get shot well before I ever get there. Like, you have to move in concert, like, as a group with your team. Like, there's like a lot of the players in this who play now and still play because I've never actually had to wait to join a game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like start matchmaking. That's like found server, boom, you're in.
And it keeps you on the same server as long as it's full.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like people leave, people come in.
Yeah.
But like I played the other night, and that was like the first time because I know the console versions are notorious for the game chat not working or like not being able to hear anybody or they can't hear you. I turn on the game and I'm playing. And I hear some guy shouting orders and other people yelling at him. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, it works. So I put my headset in. And then like it was like this whole big thing. Like, everyone's just shouting at each other, like what to do. And people are just like, you're running by and you just see like down teammates and they're just shouting medic at you. Like some dudes are just getting like really into it. Like I saw one funny one where it's like it's the Stalingrad map, and all the Russian guys the guy's like, all right, let's go, comrades. And they're running down the trench line, and he's like, not one step back. And they're all going, not one step back. And a bombing run comes in where it's like you see it coming at you, and he's like, no, everyone run. And they're all going, not one step back. As they just run into it, and his body parts are flying.
I told Tom, I was like, I was frustrated originally because
here we go.
You have your classes. And
yeah, riflemen, assault, automatic riflemen, medics, you got officers, there's recon.
Well, and I'm thinking, like, in Battlefield, you have your classes, but you can still fight however you want and just use those classes to however you can use them. This game, you need to stick to what your class is. If you're a healer, if you're a medic, don't bother fighting unless, like, the guy's right on top of you because you just don't have the guns to
you don't have the ammo.
You don't have the ammo, and you don't have the distance with your guns most of the time to fight the other guys.
I mean, if you're playing as the Germans, I'm pretty sure you have the Kar 98.
I don't remember, but if you're a medic, you pretty much need to hang back and just heal the other guys that go down.
You need to do medic stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
because if you're in the assault class, you got like 6 grenades, 2 smoke grenades, and a fully automatic weapon.
And as like the recon guy, they should basically, you want to do whatever you can not to be seen. Just sneak around behind the enemy and set up posts for your people to infiltrate from. And, I'm just used to being, you jump in and you fight, you do your special mission that, for your character, but you can still fight people. And it's just not that way in this game. You have to follow your class to the T or you're basically useless.
Yeah. Because like the first time I played, like I was running at the objective. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I don't see anybody. I got shot, dead, done. And I'm like, huh. All right, I gotta be sneaky. And then like I started shooting at people, and I was like, are those even my bad guys? Because like you'll be running, and like you can't look at it like close range. Like you have to look all around you.
Right.
Like you have to look at trees, bushes. You got to look for people everywhere.
You don't run across fields.
No, because there is, I guarantee you, there are 2 machine gun nests waiting for you to do it. Because people will do it, not know if it's defended, and then you then you hear, and you see tracer rounds go flying. You're just watching your teammates get cut apart, and then you're crawling through the tall grass while it's still dirt's popping up next to you because they're still trying to find you and kill you because they don't know. They don't know if they got you unless they see it outright.
Yeah,
or they get the headshot notification.
And what kills me is like if they shoot close to you, everything starts getting fuzzy.
Well, you start panicking, like your character's like actually panicking, and you're like, I would too. It's like it's a realistic shooter.
It drives me crazy, though, because I'm like, I can't see, and I'm in the middle of a field. I don't know where to go. But, it's interesting. Like I was telling you, I got a little better as I went on. I eventually was able to, as a rifleman, I flanked out to the side. There was like 5 or 6 people on a hill, and they were all looking down on, my guys spawning, and I ended up killing like 4 or 5 of them. Got like a little Xbox gamer.
Yeah, I got an achievement for killing myself and my own teammate on the winter. It was a winter map, but we were playing as the Germans fighting the Americans. I think it was like Battle of the Bulge, and like we're like I'm in like a trench system, and like they're all blasting at us, and then like in the tree line in the bushes. Yeah, and I see like you see the muzzle flash, and you see all the people, and I'm like, oh, I can throw grenades. So I crouch, pull out my grenade, pull the pin, go to stand up to throw it, and get shot right in the face. Bam! Drop the grenade in the trench because I didn't throw it. I was live in my hand, and my teammates just next to me going like pow, 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 and I just went, boom! And it was like achievement unlocked. Like I got like a penalty because I killed my own teammate, and I'm like, that's not my fault. Like I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't run him over and do something. It's like I got shot trying to throw a grenade.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like though is like, I understand you're wearing all this equipment, but like there's one map I couldn't swim across like a river 12 feet. I just sunk and I drowned. There was no way to go across unless I went down to the bridge.
Well, it was probably one.
Yeah, but it's 12 feet across. I could jump 6 of that feet. Why can't I swim the other 6 feet?
Because screw you, Mitch.
I just sunk straight to the bottom of the river.
I keep always having to play as the Germans.
I've noticed that too. I seem to use the bad guys a lot. The Germans or like the West African Army or whatever.
Oh, as the Germans fighting in Africa, the Africa Corps.
Yeah, keep getting the bad guys.
You like being a bad guy. I was really enjoying. The detail of the game is really, really good. Like the historically accurate uniforms, like the music, the guns, the sounds. Like the MG42 sounds are like the scariest thing when you're playing as the Allies.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not expecting it or you don't see them yet.
Or when you're hiding.
Or you just hear, and you see tracers go flying. You're like, oh, God.
I'll be honest. It's terrifying when you hear a tank coming and you're not a character that can get rid of a tank. You just lay down.
I got pinned behind a wall by one, and I was like, oh, no. Like, I peeked the corner because I didn't hear it. Yeah. Like, I couldn't see it until I got to the corner, and I looked, and the tank just turned and goes, I was like, ah! Run away!
I was just playing around because there was nothing I could do, and I saw this tank, and I just started shooting at the tank. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I just feel like Tom Hanks shooting a tank with a pistol.
Yeah, pretty much. There was nothing I could do. I was in the middle of middle of a field like I shouldn't have been, and the tank was coming rolling down the road, saw us going across the field, just turned off the road through the gate. We were just kind of sitting ducks. There was nowhere to go.
I definitely have fun playing that game. Okay. The more I play, the more better I'm getting at, and the more fun I'm having.
I agree. The more I play, the more I understand what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. So
And it's kind of nice because it's not, jumping and slide canceling,
right,
Uber movement. Like, this is actual, thought
realistic
out, tactical, realistic stuff.
Yeah,
Because, they could run and go and shoot me 34 times right in the foot.
Yeah,
and I'll die, or I'll see him in the open, hit him, and it's like, no, that was right through his side under his armpit. That just went through his chest and killed him.
Yeah,
and I'll just watch some dude run, and be like, got him.
Now, to me, it is hard with the iron sights. I do wish they would kind of give you a bigger picture with your iron sight.
So you can when you hit when you go to ADS, if you hit RB, that's like the control breath thing in Call of Duty. But you zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
So it's a little...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I understand it being iron sights, but, the iron sights are so small. I just need them to be just a little bit bigger so I can see them a little better through it. But I didn't realize you could do that.
Like, the M1's iron sights are probably the best ones.
Okay.
Because it's the circle sight aperture and then just the 3-post.
Yeah.
The worst one is probably the Mosin.
I don't know which one.
Because it's a flat rail sight at the top, and then there's a little V indent as your rear sight, and then you just got the little bead for so it's just like you have a rectangle is what you're looking at, and you're trying to be like, am I lined up on him? I don't.
Yeah, there were some of the guns I was like, I aimed down the sights, like I can't tell what I'm aiming at.
And I'm just trying to get to Rifleman 3 because you level up so slow.
Yeah,
it has been rough.
I think I'm at Medic 2. I think I'm at Rifleman 2.
Yeah, I'm at Rifleman 2. I'm almost at 3. Because then when I get to 3, then I get the class that has a rifle and a pistol.
Oh. I'm on Recon, or almost a Recon 2.
Mm-hmm. And then I kind of want... because
I want to use a sniper, but...
certain, the class, you can have up to 6 riflemen in a squad.
Yeah.
But you can have, one assault guy. Because otherwise, if you had all 6, you just have dudes with full automatic weapons, 6 grenades apiece,
right,
and bazookas who are just going to run yeeting grenades after grenade after grenade after grenade after grenade, and just automatic fire going everywhere.
Which it does kind of
Which
suck.
I like that they curtailed it to 1 or 2 per squad.
Yeah.
To have automatic weapons, because otherwise it would just be ridiculous.
But essentially,
but it's also true.
With snipers, you can only have 3 snipers on the team of 50.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can have 3 recon groups, and each recon group can only have 1 sniper. So that kind of sucks. Because a lot of times it's gone before you can even get to it.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
I just want to be it.
I just want to snipe somebody. God. Snipe them with irons.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
People don't hold still long
You feel
enough.
really accomplished just taking out people in this game. First Call of Duty, I run in a room, crap on whoever the hell's in there. And I'm like, yeah, I got him. Yeah. But it's a fleeting feeling. This game is like, oh man, did you see that dude? That was 200 meters. He was running out there. I can't believe I saw him.
I got all 6 people in that last hour long that I played.
Yeah, you kill, you're not getting 50, 30 kills a game.
Unless you're in a tank.
Yeah, unless you're in a tank. I mean, I've seen people get a lot of kills really, really quickly.
Yeah.
But that's because of, circumstance of where they were, where an enemy spawn was, how many guys suddenly just spawned there at one time, the weapon he had being the perfect weapon at the moment. Some dude, caught up a German OP on, one of, the France battlefields, and he had the BAR, and it was, one dude spawned, and he aimed at him, and then the next 5, and he's like, and just blood's going everywhere, and you hear, the helmets go flying, and he's just like, ah!
And I've noticed when you're the machine gunner, you can't just run around with it. You got to find somewhere to set up because if not, you can't bring it up to
no,
the iron
you
sight.
can't because there's no way.
Right. So
especially with the M1919 Browning, the 30 cal, it doesn't have a stock.
I mean,
it's a pistol crit.
Really, the machine gunner is not worth being if you're on offense. If you're having to defend the stuff, it is.
Yeah.
But if you're because that's one of the classes I
So
picked.
I did watch this whole video. These guys were doing they were playing the game on Fortress mode. It's not an actual mode, but that was all there was all of them in the server. That was what they were going to do. Yeah. They had planned to do this, and they're all setting up the fortifications. The big barbed wire stuff. They were setting up pillboxes. Reinforced cover. And they had machine gun teams coming in, they were all right, we just lost all right, they're heading our way now for the next one, and all these dudes spawn, and dudes are running in with rifles and machine guns, and then you see the dudes come in with the heavy machine guns, and they're setting up in the bunkers, and it's just this big they set up this convoluted complex around a town's objective, they sealed it off, And the whole team was in there waiting. And, like, the German or the American teams are coming at him. And you just see, like, the tanks are coming out. It's like, armor! And the guy's like, it's like infantry in the open. Like, they're, like, just shouting his stuff as they're gunning people down. You just, like, it was wild. And I was like, man, I want to get in that game. I want to play that.
And that's the thing, though. Like, any group, like, enemy team that works together, they're going to win. Because if you have a bunch of solo players just running around trying to capture objectives by themselves, they're just wasting their time just running and die. If you have a team that's working together, building the encampments and setting up the recon posts,
pushing objectives like as groups,
right?
Which I did one of those when he did the Stalingrad map. Like we were all talking about in like pinging dudes, like guys on this rail car, and it's like he's down there, and like we're like everybody's like calling stuff out. It's like move up on that right. And we're just like I'm on it. And like dudes we were working as like a group, and it was a lot more fun. But it has a really big community. Like their Reddit page is wild.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it says it came out on July 27th, and so it's of 2021. So it's 3 years old.
I mean, it got initially released in 2019.
Well, yeah,
but the main launch was 2021.
Yeah. But yeah, it's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X.
It's free to play.
It's on PC.
I don't know if it's free to play on Steam. You have to pay for it.
I don't know. On Xbox, it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
but
I highly recommend it because I played Enlisted. And you and Hayden hated it.
Yeah,
which that game was like similar to this, but not as much. This is probably the better one because this really feels like a PC shooter game.
Yeah,
like something you play on Steam, like Ready or Not, that I like playing every now and then. But this game is, I give this a 9 out of 10.
Well, speaking of Game Pass,
prices,
yeah,
swine.
The FTC. This is an article that says the FTC calls new Xbox Game Pass standard a degraded product. Says
that's all, folks.
Subscription changes are exactly the sort of consumer harm from the Activision merger it alleged could happen. Which basically,
give us more money.
Yeah, they are going to make another level for the Xbox Game Pass, which is the ultimate tier. And so you'll have Game Pass of games that you can play. The day one release games will be on this upper.
How do we get more money out of this?
But the PC community doesn't have tiers like that.
They don't have Game Pass. They have you just get the game.
They're going to have their whole like they have Game Pass, but they're not going to have tiers in it. They're just going to have Game Pass. Whereas console players are going to have standard and then the ultimate
premium.
But both cost money,
Yeah.
So console players are basically being charged more to play the same stuff that people using Game Pass on PC aren't, which is kind of dumb.
That is stupid.
Yeah. Because some of these day one release games that'll be on the upper tier, they said they may or may not come to the lower tier at a later date. It's like, well, you're forcing them to pay to get the upper tier. It's very disheartening. I'm hoping they change their mind, but I doubt they will.
No, they're not. Especially EA ain't going to change their mind. Give us money!
Which, going off this news, I wonder if that's influenced the Microsoft problems that they had the other
Probably.
day. Where I don't know if they got hacked or if their servers just went down, like they say. But like a lot of stuff like banks and even law enforcement, computers and stuff were having problems. Anything that runs off of Microsoft.
Yeah.
There was a lot of problems with different things the other day.
Wonder it was China. China.
But
not American.
Yeah, it says in the article from Games Radar, it says specifically it notes that those who have been subscribed to Game Pass for console have to weigh out splashing out on the new, even more expensive Ultimate tier or go to the upcoming degraded Standard tier. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, and it's like there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could do.
Right.
Because there's no alternative.
Right.
They literally just got you by the balls. Or by the wallet, in this case.
Yeah, it's very disappointing to hear that from Xbox. As an Xbox, Series X.
As someone who's been playing Xbox since the original Xbox.
Yeah. But Oh, that's all the news I had for today. I'll save the rest for our next episode.
All right.
Well, I'm Mitch.
I'm Tom.
My name is Hayden.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, Hayden.
I gotta pee.